Excuse me. Yo, 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 what's going on, Panther Nation? Welcome back to Carolina's Armchair GM. I am your host, CJ. How's everybody doing tonight? Okay, just want to say off the jump, y'all bear with me. I'm testing out some new software. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Everything looks good on my end, but just give me a yes or no in the chat if y'all can hear me. Let me see. Let me make sure here. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me coming through good or not. Okay, cool. Thank you. Hey, thank you, dear wife. I appreciate you. What's going on, everybody? Okay, so now I'm not even gonna lie to you, Panther Nation. I'm not gonna lie to you. Your favorite armchair GM had a rough week last week, and I did not watch a whole lot. I did not watch a whole lot of the combine at all. Okay. I watched a little bit of it, but I didn't watch enough of it to get up here and be like, yeah, I'm the best armchair GM in the world. Now, hey, your boy was tired. Your boy was working a lot last week. I caught some of it. I caught a little bit of it. So I'm not going to get up here and, give a whole spiel on the combine, the winners, the losers, this and that and the third. I will say, I will say this. There were a few people that I did see. I watched a good chunk of the defensive linemen. I can't remember my man name from Oregon. I think it's Derek Harmon. He looked pretty good. CJ West, who I met at the Shrine game, the Shrine Bowl. I met him. He looked good. Jordan Phillips, I also met Jordan Phillips at the Shrine Bowl as well. He looked good in a couple of his drills. Now, if he could have kept his footing, he was sliding all over the place. I mean, all over the place. But yeah, a couple people I saw, a couple people look good. Again, the one thing that I did like that I heard from the combine when they were doing interviews, and Dan Morgan, I'm sorry, not interviews, but well, yeah, the interviews. They were doing the media role thing, and Dan Morgan was talking about how he was going to get with the stat guys. Okay, so he was basically saying that you get a guy out there that has great numbers at the combine, but his tape doesn't match those numbers. Okay, he goes fast, but he doesn't play fast. All right, but then you get somebody else out there whose combine numbers might be um average or slightly above average, but you look at their tape and their tape just makes you go, hmm, that's a different story. So he did say they were going to get with the analytics people and they were going to try and match the numbers with the film. I did like to hear that. I did. That's something I don't know if I've ever heard from a Panthers GM. If I have, I'm sorry. I apologize right now. But yeah, it was definitely for me. It was good to hear that. So, but we'll see how that goes on. All right. But as part of me trying out some new software here, let me go ahead and get into some of these comments. Shane H, what's going on? How you doing? Cha 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 one. Hey, salute to you. Appreciate you. Mr. Hunky Dory, what's going on? It says CJ is emerging from hibernation. Winter postseason must be over. Yeah, I got to get back on here a little more. I do. I really do. Um, Nell's Creations, thank you, dear. I appreciate you. SC Pays, what's going on? I said, what's up, CJ? Hope you're doing well, my man. Yes, I'm doing great, doing great, doing great. Okay, this is what I was asking for everybody to hear me. Hey, Revolutionary Poetry, what's going on, cuz? How you doing? All right, cha one. Oh, sound is good. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Miss Hunky Dory said, very bright. The lighting is very good, and the clarity is very nice. Okay, cool. Let me tell you. Now, my wife will tell you, I have been messing around and working on these damn lights, for God knows how long. So I'm glad it does look good to everybody out there. Nine dime all the time. What's going on? How you doing? Antonio, what's good with you, man? How you doing? And as always, like Antonio says, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share the stream, please. Okay. And to add on to that, again, welcome. And like Antonio said, if you haven't, go ahead and make sure that you like the stream. And also, right here, you can catch me on all social media at Armchair GMCJ. Okay, and that's everything. Armchair GM CJ. All right. Yes, sir. Antonio said, Panther pride, keep pounding. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Miss Hunky Dory, physical attribute have to match football IQ. Tape shows it all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do not disagree with you at all. At all. All right. Okay, y'all. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm not going to hold y'all too long tonight. We will get into a mock draft here at the end. You know, maybe one, maybe two. You know, we'll see. All right. Let me see. Shane one says motor and heart should be a factor too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What up, Rock Jones? He said, "Make us proud, CJ." Hey, I'm trying, big dog. I'm trying. I'm trying. And Miss Hunky Dory, he agrees with Shane. That's right. Dom 34, what's going on? Smash, like, subscribe. Yes, please. Thank you. I appreciate you, Dom. All right. Okay, so. All right, so a little bit of news since I've last seen y'all guys on live here. And I put Blackshear released, but Blackshear really wasn't released. The Panthers told him that, you know, they weren't going to really offer him. He was if I'm not mistaken, he was a restricted free agent. Or he may have been a unrestricted, I'm not sure. Okay. But yeah, so Blackshear will not be back. The Panthers will not be tendering him an offer. Now I don't know exactly how I feel about this one. I thought Blackshear was serviceable. I thought he did a good job. I mean, hell, he had plenty, and I mean plenty of opportunities on punt and kick returns this season because the other teams were scoring a hell of a lot of touchdowns. And I think at one point he led the league. Excuse me. I think he led the league in kickoff return yards, if I'm not mistaken, or either he was second or something like that. He didn't really get used in the backfield much. You saw him a little bit in the last game of the season versus the Falcons. I think he did. I think he did okay. To be perfectly honest with you, I think he did okay in that game. Combination of him and Miles Sanders, because Chuba Hubbard was out those last two games, so they went and shut him down for the rest of the season, which wasn't long. Okay, but y'all let me know what y'all think about Raheem Blackshear. You know, it does lead us to, you know, what are we going to do as far as kick and punt return? I'm sure that the Panthers have, well, I'm not sure, but you know, I'm confident that they have a solution for it. There's another free agent that I do hope they bring back, and I know a lot of people have kind of talked junk to me when I say this, but you know, we do have David Moore. Well, he's actually an unrestricted free agent as well, but he is an option. I do hope they bring him back because at one point Blackshear was doing kick returns and Moore was doing punt returns. So I don't know if he can do both as well. Okay. Let me see. Dom said just woke up. Jay Balmer said, greetings and salutations. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing great, Jay. I hope you're doing as well, and I hope everybody else is doing good too. All right. Shane H1 said, Blackshear is electric. If no one picks him up, hope we can bring him back. Yeah, you know, this is true. This is true. I didn't really expect this one because, like I said, he was a free agent, so he wasn't costing us, you know, anything as far as cap this year. I'm pretty sure they could have brought him back, you know, for the league minimum, but we will see. You know, we'll see what goes on with him. All right, Jay Balmer said, I'll let you know something that I did in my mock draft soon. Okay, all right, got you. Okay, and in other news today, so there are a lot of wide receivers hitting the free agent market, or well, not necessarily hitting the free agent market. DK Metcalf has requested a trade from the Seattle Seahawks. His wide receiver counterpart Tyler Lockett, I do believe, was released, and he is available. Christian Kirk was released by the Jaguars. I saw reports today that were linking the Panthers to Darius Slayton, the upcoming free agent wide receiver for the Giants. Okay. And I want to ask everybody this. Okay. Would you, if you were the Panthers, all right? Now we just saw Debo go for a fifth round pick to the Commodores. Okay, and I do hope my buddy Daniel is watching me when I say the Washington Commodores. All right. I saw somebody float this idea out on X earlier, and they were saying, you know, would you trade the number 8 pick say like you trade number 8, and I think Seattle has like number 16, and then I guess whatever kind of compensation they may do. I don't know how many picks that we would end up losing or whatnot. But would any of y'all do that? Would any of y'all do like a pick swap? 8 for 16 and some other stuff, or do you think you know it'd be a situation where kind of like Debo, now mind you, I think production wise, I gotta look at the numbers. I'm just thinking off the top of my head here. But Metcalf probably has the edge over Debo Samuel. And this would, if you trade him, sign a new deal, this would be his third contract, if I'm not mistaken. He's on his second one. I do believe if we would trade for him, he would be on his third contract. Let me see. Antonio already said no. Dom said trade a third and a fifth for Metcalf. Now this is my only thing with trading multiple picks for one player like that. Um, I hope it would be a situation if they decide to do it where Rock Jones says second that. No, I got you, Rock. I got you. Mr. Hunky Dory said, my only question is, can we afford the salary cap that is expected? Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a look at that, because I wouldn't be a good armchair GM if I didn't already have the salary cap locked, loaded, and ready to go. And and also, since I last saw y'all, if you look right here, okay, the salary cap has gone up by I think a little over $1 million, maybe a little less. We were at 28 something, and I can't remember the exact number. I got to go back and look at my other video. But now it's at 29. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out what happened to make our salary cap go up $1 million. But hey, that's another $1 million than we had before. So I'll take it. All right. So let me go ahead and search it. DK Metcalf. Okay. Now let me see. He has a cap hit this year of $31 million. Base salary of $18 million. Prorated signing bonus $9.8 million. I guess he has a player option for $4 million. Ooh, yeah, $31 million. Yeah, I might have to let me see. Right, I already got that one. Cha one said, I say if the guy we want isn't there at 8, trade back. Okay. Dom said everybody making points. Yep. Miss Hunky Dory said we need a great player, but with so many holes, we can't afford to make a bad trade that takes too much money. Yeah, and this one, yeah, because and I'm not, let me see. Y'all help me out if I'm wrong. If we trade for him, I do believe we can trade for him and redo his contract and get another contract going. I don't know if it's set in stone that we trade for him and we have to pay this $31 million that he's owed this year. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. Okay, let me know if I'm wrong. But I do think we can trade for him and negotiate a new deal. Like I said, if I'm wrong, y'all make sure y'all let me know. But if we can't, yeah, this $31 million right here, nah, this is a no-go. That's more than our whole cap space that we got right now. I'm gonna have to say no on that if that's the case. Oh, my good buddy Douglas. What's going on, C Doug? Oh, hey, and everybody, I mentioned this on the last live, and I do not have the artwork up here. Like I said, using some new software, so I forgot to put the artwork up here. But coming later on this month, a collaboration between the Carolinas Armchair GM CJ and my good friend What's Up Doug. We are starting a Patreon called the Inside Zone. All right. And we're going to get all the details out to you later, but it's going to be members live streams. We're going to do mock drafts, all kind of stuff, giveaways, prizes, things of that nature. So just be on the lookout for it. And again, I apologize, I don't have the graphic up here, but I forgot to put it in. I was in a little bit of a rush out here. So, but yes, be on the lookout for that later on this month. It's called Inside Zone. Be between myself and What's Up Doug. All right. And he said the cap guy is back. I ain't never left. I ain't never left. I just been watching TV, Mr. Uncle Doris said we can get 2 good players instead of 1 great player. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Dom said I don't want us to trade for him, but an extra 5th. For Sorry, I don't want us to trade him, but for an extra 5th round we have possibly. Yeah, because we do have 3 5th-round picks. We do have 3. Now, mind you, if we could give up one of them 5th-round picks for DK and they can work out something, with his contract, hey, I'm all for it. But if we got the trade for him and eat that 31 million, nah, we already got one player that's taking up 30 something $1 million in cap space. We don't need another one. I tell you, I said, see, Doug is resting after vacation. Shoot, Doug's still on vacation, boy. Doug on cloud 9 right now. Yes, sir. Okay. So, but yeah, go back to the Panthers here. But yeah, we are up $1 million, up $1 million on the cap space. So there is that. All right. Okay. So next up, now again, if you just joined, it was talking about Blackshear being released. If you missed it, let me know how you feel about Raheem Blackshear not being on the roster next year. I think he got the league minimum last year. I don't know what it would take to bring him back. Maybe they could get him back for the league minimum again. Who knows? All right. All right. So let's move on here. Okay. So if you looked at the thumbnail for the live, I did put up a picture of Brant Tillis. Okay. And there was a kind of a snippet of what he said. Let's be ready to play football the day before the draft. Okay. And I do have a clip here, and he was talking to the Panthers radio announcer. And I promise you, I looked that man's name up earlier and I forgot it already. But y'all know who I'm talking about when you hear his voice and you see his face. But this I thought this was kind of interesting. So y'all just take a look and let me know if y'all can hear this too or not, okay?
When you look at free agency, when you look at the draft, how much do you quantify the position groups to say, hey, this is a deep draft class for D linemen and edge rushers? We can get value later in the draft, or this free agent class is deep in a certain position where if we don't chase high dollar for the top guy, we can get maybe 80% of that production for 25% of the price. Like, how much of that is part of your calculus?
A little bit. I really like to rely on our scouting staff
Okay.
to understand like how good are these players, because typically the best players get picked early. The best players get paid a lot of money, regardless of position. And so like let's just understand. All right, who are the best players, and can they make an impact on our roster? And then from there, we're also talking about, okay, we're in free agency. Let's fill as many holes as we need so we can play a football game the day before the draft. Right? We're not actually playing a game, but like let's not get into the draft and say we have to get this position.
So you want essentially a functional roster pre-draft.
Okay. So what I thought about that kind of got me with that one is, and he went on to say that it's kind of hard and that all the teams are trying to do this basically, where they're trying to get, a roster, not necessarily done, but if it was absolutely necessary, you could put 22 guys out there, 11 on offense, 11 on defense, and you could play a game. Okay. Now, he was saying that he wanted to go into the draft and, was like not have like a need at every position. I'm sorry, not have a position where they wanted to say like, there's a need for that position. Okay. Now that kind of got me thinking, and it's kind of, confused me just a little bit, because I'm like, now mind you, we have some positions on this team where, there is a starter, there's a backup, and there's probably another backup. But there's no way in God's green earth that we can go into this draft and say, okay, well, that position is not a need. Some of those positions it's absolute need. Okay. So what I wanted to do, and per the title of the live, I wanted to do kind of like a check of the roster, or pre-free agency. All right. So as y'all know, Monday the legal tampering period starts, where teams can start negotiating with unrestricted free agents, to try and come up with some deals that maybe they can get done. And when it comes Wednesday, which is the start of the new league year, they can go ahead and sign said contract. All right. But, this got me thinking, and I wanted to do this, and I was going to do this, and I was going to break it down by, offensive line, wide receivers and tight ends, running backs and quarterbacks, defensive line, and so on. But it just didn't work out like that. So I figured I would get on here and do it real quick because, I do have to, I do have something to do this weekend, so I'm not going to be live this weekend. So I figured I'd go ahead and, we go all take a look at it now. All right. So let me get this off the screen. And let's go ahead. Okay. So now we have the offense, and I clipped this from our lads, and I was looking up Panthers 2025 depth chart. I'm sorry, depth charts. And everybody, all they had was everything from 2024. A lot of people that are, not even on the roster at all. Now you see some of them here, but everybody that's mentioned in green here, I'm just colored in green, they are unrestricted free agents. And everybody in black, if I'm not mistaken, they were restricted free agents, if I'm not mistaken. And let me see. I forgot there was another one on here, but I forgot what the color was. Okay. So if we go through this roster and a normal set, 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end. All right. Oh, hold on. Miss Hunky Dory, we say, can I make a suggestion? Is it possible to make a list of current player, then missing pieces, and how much each piece cost average? Yeah, it's possible. I probably have to do that on another live, but yeah, I got you. All right. So now if we look at the offense, we have a running back. Okay, we have a quarterback. Two spots on here that are supremely thin: the center position and tight end. Okay, we currently only have 1 tight end on the roster, and that is Jatavian Sanders. I do know they are in talks with Tommy Tremble. Hopefully, try to get him back. Ian Thomas is gone. Felipe Franks, I don't know what's going to go on with him. If I'm not mistaken, we do have signed to a futures deal Jordan Matthews. So that is one more tight end we have on the roster. But and the other reason why I wanted to bring this up as well. So if he's saying that he wants to have a full roster before the first day of the draft, okay, so maybe this will give us a little bit of foresight into what they're going to do as far as free agency. All right. Now they are currently in talks with Austin Corbett and Cade Mays. I do think they want to bring both of them back. Brady Christensen, I do believe he is gone. I believe he wants to test the market, see what other teams can get for him. David Moore, I do believe that they'll probably want to bring David Moore back. I think he did a good job this past season. He has a history with Dave Canales coming from Tampa Bay. Now, if you look all the rest of the offensive line, we have Icky, got Damian Lewis, Robert Hunt, Taylor Moton. Taylor Moton is another interesting one because will he play on his current cap number that he has right now, which is also $31 million, just like DK Metcalf, who we were talking about earlier. Dan Morgan has already said that, I think they are happy either way how he plays this year. If they can get an extension done, great. But if they can't come to an agreement on terms of an extension, I think they are fine with playing him on his current salary, which to me, as like I said, as armchair GM here, that's wild. But I'm not the real GM, so all I can do is sit here in my chair and speculate. I would be doing all I can to extend Taylor Moton, rework that contract somehow, some way, and get some of that cap money. We'll get some savings in cap money so you can go out and fix some of these other positions that we need. Now, mind you, still compensate Taylor Moton, but I don't think he's done yet. He's probably got a few more good years in him. But, go ahead and do something so we can go ahead and make this team as a whole, So, yeah. Sorry, Dub, I missed your comment. He said, hey, big bro, I'm out. Just had to show you some love. Hey, chat, make sure y'all hit the like button if you haven't and subscribe if you are new. Appreciate you, Doug. Yeah, Doug out there having a good time, y'all. Doug having a good time. All right. Will, what's going on, man? How you doing? He said, my man, I caught up live. Hey, I'm here, Will. Trying out some new software, dog. Dom34 said, I'll take Ashton Genty at 8. You know what? If we were in need of a running back that bad, yes. But I'm sure it's probably going to, if we take a running back, probably going to be later on in the draft. Probably later on in the draft. We have Chuba, and like I said, Blackshear is gone. Brooks is going to be out for the season. We still have Miles Sanders as well. Don't know what they're going to do with him, but Miles Sanders is still currently on the roster. And that is also a possibility that they may just, bring him back for his next year in his contract and be like, okay, hey, bro, we going to rock with you and Chuba. Sign somebody to be the third back. Call it a day. So, yeah. See, Dom also said if we trade back, I'll take Tyler Warren, and still get double edge rushers and D tackles in the second, third, and fourth round. Okay. All right. Will says, I want edge or interior. Hey, I ain't mad at you, cuz. I ain't mad at you. Dom says, put Sanders in a trade package. But you know what? That's a good point, Dom. That is a good point. You all saw what Miles Sanders did in Philly. Now, mind you, he had an all-world offensive line for most of his time in Philly. He comes here to this train wreck, of offensive line. His first 2 seasons here. The first season. This year, the offensive line was a lot better, but Miles Sanders was hurt, and Chuba Hubbard shouldered the majority of the load, for the running backs, for the running back position this season. Okay, so we'll see. All right. Let me see. Shane says we need at least 7 new defensive starters. I'm not going to disagree with that. Not going to disagree with that at all. All right. So to close out the offense here, I do think we are pretty set on the offensive side of the ball, but like I said, center. We currently do not have a center. Well, we do have Andrew Ram. Andrew Ram is signed to a reserve future deal, and that was the center that we got as an undrafted free agent out of Oklahoma in the last draft. So technically, that is our only center right now. Let me see. Poppin', what's going on, big dog? He said, why is everyone only talking about Mason Graham when I'm sure he won't be there, but forgot about Kenneth Grant? I like him at 8. Poppin', let me tell you, I agree. There have been plenty of mock drafts where I have taken Kenneth Grant at number 8, and the mock draft looks at me and like, bruh, what are you doing? I hear a lot of stuff about, Mason Graham. And the thing is, they were a duo. Okay. They fed off of each other. One helped the other one out. But there are times when you see individually both of them flash and make great plays. All right. But again, nose tackle is something that I think we desperately need. So I wouldn't mind Kenneth Grant at 8 at all. Like at all. Okay. But getting back to the offense here for a quick second. Center and tight end. We currently have 1 tight end on the roster. Do have Jordan Matthews signed to a reserve future deal. Center, nothing. Austin Corbett, they pushed back the void date on his contract to, I want to say it's Monday. If I'm not mistaken, Monday. So they got to figure something out here pretty soon, or his contract will void. Cade Mays, and again, they are actively talking with Corbett and Mays, both of their agents, to try to get them back. And the only other center that we had that played this year was Brady Christensen. And if the Panthers could work something out to bring him back, I wouldn't mind. There's a lot of people out there. My big cuz Tony, we were talking about this one day, let's say last week, and I was like, yeah, man, I think Christensen is gone. And Tony was like, I ain't gonna miss him. So I couldn't do nothing but laugh. But everybody has different opinions on Christensen, but we'll see. But he's probably going to be pretty valuable out there in that free agent market because he can play center, he can play guard, and I mean, hell, somebody might give him a shot at tackle. So, hey, we'll see. All right. Let me see. Dom said we sent Matt Rule packing. Send Sanders off for a pack of Starburst. God, dog. Oh God, he said I don't about Mason Graham either. Gotcha. Said we've been going through this project position for some time. Stop running from Tyler Warren, aka White God dang. Tyler. I'm sorry, Tyler Warren. God dang. Yeah, you know what? I don't mind Tyler Warren. I don't mind Tyler Warren. If the Panthers took Tyler Warren at 8, I would feel a lot better about it if we didn't pick again until number 57, because we have the Rams second round pick this year. So of course the Rams made the playoffs, so that pick went down. All right. In the trade for Bryce Young, we gave them our second round pick this year. So now they have the, what is it? I think it's like the 39th pick, which would be our pick if we had our second round. So, we pick at 8, and then we don't pick again until 57. And, there's in these mock drafts I keep doing, there's a lot of good players that are gone off the board between 8 and 57. So let me see. Satone ain't going to miss Brady until Yash has to come in. Hey, tell him, Rock. Tell him, Rock Jones. Tell him, boy. Hey, now mind you, I'm just kind of doing this as you see on the screen. I'm just kind of going by the starters. Okay, the projected starters. If we get into some of the depth, yeah, that's a whole nother story. I think Chandler Zavala played decent last year. Yash Nyman, there were times when he played decent. Him and Icky had a terrible game against the Cowboys. So, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Dom said, I did one mock draft. Tyler Warren fell to us in the second, and I drafted Ashton Genty at 8. Man, hey, what mock draft simulator were you using, sir? Please let me know which one that was. All right, let's go ahead and move on here. Okay, and here is the moneymaker here. The defense. Okay, the defense. Now, if you want to look at one glaring position that might give some insight as to what the Panthers are doing free agency, like Brent Tiller said, if the goal is to try to have, a roster that can play a game the day before the draft, look at the safety spot. Okay, we have one safety currently on the roster, and that is Damani Richardson. Damani Richardson, again, just like Coker on the offense, was an undrafted free agent last year and ended up, contributing later on in the season. Nick Scott signed a 1-year deal, did not work out. Jordan Fuller did not work out. Let me see. Sam Franklin got hurt in training camp, and he missed a lot of the season. Sam Franklin has always been, he's always been that backup safety, but special teams ace. Okay. Now I don't know if Sam is, going and trying to test in the free agent market and see what kind of value he can get with other teams. I don't know if he has aspirations of going somewhere else and trying to start. I'm not mad at him if he does, but I honestly thought that no, let me hold that thought for later on. Let me hold that thought. But Sam Franklin, I don't know what he's going to do, whether he's going to come back. Nick Scott, Jordan Fuller, they're gone. They are gone. Xavier Woods, my biggest knock on him when he first got here was he had hands made of concrete, and just, when he went up to catch passes, he caught them like this. And not passes, but potential interceptions. And he tried to catch them like this. He was a lot better. Excuse me. He was a lot better. Let me see. This past season and a little bit of last year. I'm sorry. This past season, the season before that. My bad. But yeah, when he first got here, that was my knock on him. I don't mind if they were to. I wouldn't mind if they were to bring Xavier Woods back, but I think that's definitely a position that we will see them draft. We will see them add in free agency. Okay. Now I don't know exactly who they can bring in, and what kind of money we're looking at paying for them. What's a man named Holland for the Dolphins? I forgot my man name for the Raiders, number 7. I hear a lot of people talking about him. So I don't know. I don't know who is exactly would be an option for the Panthers at the safety spot, But again, if he wants to have, a roster that's able to go out there and play a game the day before the draft, the safety spot is something that we're going to have to do. We're going to have to work on that. All right. And I was mentioning earlier about, I was kind of confused because he said he wants to go. He doesn't want to go on the draft and be like, this position is position. Like, we need to draft this position. Okay. And I'm just like, so you have nose tackle. All right. And according to this depth chart here, we have Shy Tuttle, Jaden Crumby, and Popo Amave. All right. And Crumby and Amave, I want to say both of them got hurt in training camp in their rookie years. Amave was the year before, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Jaden Crumby was passing. He came in and played a little bit, but off the sheer strength of Shy Tuttle, and let me go ahead and say this, Shy Tuttle, I know you're probably not watching, or if anybody gets this back to him, I don't know if it would, but I just want to say this. I do think you're a decent player. I just think you're in the wrong defense. Okay. I do not think you're a bad player. I just think you're in the wrong defense. I do not think you are fit for the nose tackle spot in Evero's 3-4 defense. And that's just my thoughts on that. So that would be me saying, okay, we have 3 nose tackles on this list, but we definitely need a nose tackle. Like, you're going to go into the draft and it's like, hey, yeah, we're definitely drafting somebody. Now, on the other hand, if we were to go out and get a what's a man named Milton Williams or somebody from the Eagles, who's my man that was it Hargrove, Josh Hargrove or Hargrave? I heard that name mentioned earlier about the Panthers possibly bringing him in as well, pair him up with Derek Brown. So, but we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, safety, and for me, I'm sorry. They got to go after a nose tackle. I would love to see them go after a nose tackle in free agency and be able to bring in a good one. And then, hopefully you go in and draft somebody that just say we can get a Kenneth Grant. Okay. Or even say we go down a little further, we can get a Alfred Collins from Texas or CJ West from Indiana. One of those guys, not necessarily stat padders, but they are decent at their position. Okay. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. Let me see. Mr. Hunky Dory says trade Tuttle. Said no, just give him away. Just count Tuttle as release. Can't trade. Can't trade. Give him away. Now, if we do cut him, that is. Let me pull it back up here. If we do cut Shy Tuttle, that would save the Panthers $3.2 million. Okay. Shy Tuttle being cut would save the Panthers $3.2 million towards the cap. So what is the difference in blue and green writing? So everybody in the blue they're currently on the Panthers roster. They are under contract. Everybody in the green are unrestricted free agents. And if we go back to the offense, the ones in black, they are I think they're restricted free agents. Okay, like Cade Mays. When it comes to Cade Mays, the Panthers have the right to match any offer that is given to him if he when free agency starts on Wednesday. All right. But yeah, the green, they are unrestricted free agents. Everybody in the blue, they are currently under contract for the Carolina Panthers. Nikari, what's going on, big dog? He said trade back and take Nick Emanwari. You know what? I would not disagree with that one either. I would not disagree. I went back and saw some clips of him at the combine. He had a pretty good combine. A pretty good combine. I think he solidified himself as a first round pick. Sunky Door said you may be on to something. SC Pace for said we gotta get Shy Tuttle out the paint, man. We need a nose tackle badly. Oh no, not give him away for a half smoked cigarette. Oh my god. That's just blasphemy right there. But I'm here for it. I am here for it. Okay. All right. So now we move on from defense to special teams / reserve. Okay. So we all know that Johnny Hecker is a free agent. Eddie Pinheiro is a free agent. JJ Jansen was re-signed. So he'll be back for his 41st season as a Carolina Panther. Nakari. Now I know, I know you probably typing right now about how we should just go ahead and erase Eddie Pinero's name off this list. Johnny Hecker. I think Johnny Hecker was good. I hope they bring him back. Eddie P. Yeah, he's one of them for me. If they bring him back, but if they don't, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at all. During the season, Eddie P was touted as the most accurate kicker, in NFL history. I don't know if that was still the case by the time the end of the season hit. It was Justin Tucker from the Ravens, but at one point, our kicker Eddie P was the most accurate kicker in field goal history. But I promise you, I can just about remember every damn one of his misses, starting back with that damn Atlanta game a few years ago. Okay, so yeah, and then what? Oh goodness, I know it was 1 or 2 this year. And I forgot what game. I don't know if it was in the Tampa game that we ended up going to overtime and lost. Now that one really wasn't on him. He said we won't. Shane H1 said heard Eddie P was hurt and was getting his knee drained weekly this season. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Man, yeah, but I'm sure Nikari would agree. I'm still not giving him a pass. Nada, what's going on? He said most accurate and missed an extra points. yeah, that's good old Eddie P for us. That is good old Eddie P. He said Shane, I don't care. Hey, the guy said, I don't. Hey, the guy said he didn't care if Eddie P had to go in and have surgery every week on that daggone leg and came back out there and fought through it. And the car does not want Eddie P back as a Carolina Panther. Shane said, I don't either. Really, kickers shouldn't shouldn't be a part of the game. Well, I mean, I have to think on that, but I'm gonna disagree on that. The kickers are a vital part to the game. They are, but yeah, eh, yeah. I think about that one. That would be. What would it be like if there were no kickers in the game? Like if you didn't have to just a touchdown with straight 7 points, and then the other team started off from a certain spot every time. It would take a little bit of the intrigue out of it. Kick returns, punt returns, touchdown, blocks, and of course in our position, damn Eddie P out here missing extra points. He ain't making it interesting for us. He making it interesting for other teams. So yeah. Don says get a new kicker, period. Game Dreamer 58. What's going on? Said nah, we got to at least get a team's 365 draft pick. What's up, Paul? How you doing, good buddy? He said Justin Tucker had a poor season, so Eddie may still be at 1. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, you should go for 2 after a touchdown. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So kicker's not kicking extra points, but maybe still doing kickoffs and punts and over stuff like that. So, well, kicker, punter, 2 different things, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. Now that would be interesting. That would definitely be interesting. What was it? Oh goodness, was it XFL, UFL, one of them darn leagues? They had something where they had like 3 different spots you could try a conversion from, and they were worth different point amounts, and I forgot which one it was. Goodness, I'm gonna look that up. But yeah, it was one of those leagues. Okay, all right, but that is my thoughts and opinions on the roster. Let me go back if anybody missed it. Sorry, I went back too far. Okay, so on the offense, I think we're in a good spot. As far and then these are just as far as Brant Tiller saying, he wants to have a roster that could potentially go out and play a game before the draft. So we got to see what Carolina's going to do in free agency. And just again, I'm gonna go over this one more time. We do not currently have a center signed to the roster. Austin Corbett is an unrestricted free agent right now, but his contract was the void date on his contract was pushed back, so they are negotiating with his agent. Cade Mays, also Brady Christensen is unrestricted free agent. Another position is tight end. We only have one tight end on the roster right now. Tommy Tremble, one more, and Jordan Matthews, who signed to a future reserve contract. Okay. And you could probably also throw a running back in here, depending on what we do with Miles Sanders. Brooks is going to be out for the season. Raheem Blackshear is not coming back. Mike Boone is also a unrestricted free agent as well. But like we said, 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end. We really have everything right now but a center. Okay, that's how we're looking on offense. All right, we go to defense. Again, another position, safety. Again, I think that will probably be a position that we go after in free agency as well. We only have 1 safety on the roster, and that is Damani Richardson. Like I said, Nick Scott didn't work out. Jordan Fuller didn't work out. Sam Franklin is an unrestricted free agent. Like I said, he's been a special team ace for the Panthers for some time now. Guess he's going to go out there and test the market and see what's up. If you look at the nose tackle spot, now we currently have 3 nose tackles on the roster. But again, like I said, that is definitely a position of need, and I know they're going to address it either way, whether it's in the draft or free agency. But I do hope it's a combination of both at the very least. I mean, hell, if they could somehow work and bring in 2 free agent, interior defensive linemen that were both good and both could play, and they got them in here on contracts that were team friendly, hey, go for it. Maybe we didn't have to, maybe that was one less position we had to look at in the draft, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. So if we could get a nose tackle in free agency, then we can go on the draft, maybe pick up one. Because on a lot of my mock drafts, I'm drafting 2 defensive tackles. I'm drafting 2 edge rushers and 2 defensive tackles. So we'll see. And special teams, okay? So again, Hecker is a free agent. Pinero is a free agent. We re-signed J.J. Jansen again for like his 40-something season with the Panthers. And our punt return and kick return, they're all gone right now as well. Blackshear is out. He will not be given a contract. Let me see. Devin Tompkins, if I'm not mistaken, he is a restricted free agent as well. And David Moore is an unrestricted free agent, but I do think that he will. I don't think he will be back. Okay. Let me see. Paul said Panthers could sign Turpin or Eagles running back Kenneth Gainwell in free agency with Blackshear gone. Oh, true. This is true. True. Cheshire Cat, what's going on? Said bring back the thicker kicker, please. Yes. Oh God, what was his name? Oh, Harrison Mevis. Did he sign with somebody else? I don't know if he did or not. Native says get Sanders for a running back from South Carolina, 4th or 5th round. Okay. What's a man named Rocket Sanders? I got you. Okay. So let's go ahead. Like I said, I'm not gonna keep y'all here for too long. Again, like I said, I'm testing out some new software tonight, so y'all let me know how the stream has been going so far. Y'all enjoy the comment animations that I got down here. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's going on. I appreciate the input. Okay. So now let us get into mock draft. Okay. And this is my 3rd mock draft. So do mock draft 3.0. Okay. So I got this going here. And 7-round mock draft, of course, Carolina Panthers. Let me see what Miss Hunky Dory say before we get in here. The Paul made a good point, and they are affordable. Gotcha. Okay, appreciate you, Will. Thank you. Okay, so let's get into it. Might do 2 drafts. I haven't done a lot where I've traded. I haven't done too many where I've traded back, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit the start draft button, and we'll see what we got as far as who might be interested in trading with us. Because, like I said before, we pick 8. But we don't pick again until 57. There are a lot of talented players on these mock drafts that are always gone by the time we get down to 57. Now, that has changed since the offseason has started, especially after the combine, and then, especially after the Senior Bowl, the Shrine Bowl, then the combine. These players' rankings get updated, and then, the AI in the system, they start taking different players and matching them with different teams. So a lot of people that you see that were here last week, those things get updated, and at a certain pick, that player is gone now. There were players that I was picking in the fifth and sixth round. I'm sorry, fifth round, that now they're gone in like second and third round. So we'll see. All right. Let me see. Mo Legion, what's going on? He said, caught my first live on this channel. What's up? Hey, bro, I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. Shane says, oh, thank you. Said graphics are quality. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Mr. Doris said, welcome, Glow. I'm sorry, Mo. Glad to have you. Lord, let me tell you, the older I get, the more I just take two words and smush them together. And whew, yeah, let me tell you, boy. In your 40s, man, I swear. Don said we're going to trade back if the first 6 players are who we had on our board. Who we had on our board are gone. I wouldn't disagree with that at all. I wouldn't disagree with that at all. Nate said let's trade back, get another second. Okay, all right. Dom said our organization knows that's a possibility before the draft comes. Got you. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the draft. All right, so we're at 8, and we have one team that wants to trade, and that is the Buffalo Bills. I'm not trading back to pick 30 with the Buffalo Bills. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do this one. We'll go ahead and do this one straight up, and then see what happens. We do another draft. Okay, so we're on the clock. Let me see. Cam Ward. Oh God, this one got the tackle from Missouri going number 2 overall. Okay. Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty, Mason Graham, Will Campbell, Abdul Carter. All right. Oh, and like I said, and these are mock drafts. When we get to the real draft, some of the things are going to work out kind of the way they did in these mocks, and some of them are not. Y'all let me know in the comment section. And this is something I had mentioned in the last live. I was hoping that one of the quarterbacks, say like a Kyle McCord, Jackson Dart, Quinn Ewers, somebody like that, went out there and just wowed, at the combine, and maybe put the inkling in one of these teams, minds to, hey, we might have to look at this. One of the teams ahead of us, so a QB needy team. So we got Tennessee. You got I would say Cleveland, but I don't think Cleveland is drafting a quarterback. The Giants and the Raiders, okay, and now the Jets, okay, now the Jets. So I think Jackson Dart did have a pretty good combine, and I did see a mock draft earlier with somebody. I think the Giants. They had the Giants taking him, above us. So like I said, hopefully that would have changed the minds of some of these teams ahead of us, and one of these players that nobody was expecting them to get picked that high, maybe that happens again this year. Okay, kind of like I think about who was it? Was it Daniel Jones a few years ago when he came out of Duke and got picked a lot higher than people thought he would? So we'll see. Okay, let me see. Dom said back sign Turpin too. See, said why not my guy Will Howard? Yeah, from Ohio State. I got you. We found out that Howard from Ohio State is not going to be drafted. Thank you, Mo. Michael Penix last year. That I forgot all about that. The Falcons got him at what, 8 or 9, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I forgot all about that. Thank you, Mo. Appreciate that. Okay. Now, let's see. We are at number 8. Now we all know that we need a lot of help. Edge rusher, defensive tackle, cornerback. So I don't think we could really go wrong with either of those. We also need help at the safety spot. Now, before in this drafts, I've usually picked Will Johnson damn near every time. I'm going to go different here. So I'm sending CJ a garnet colored photo. Hey, well, that's cool. That's cool. It's all good when it comes to the Panthers. It's all good when it comes to the Panthers. But we talking about straight college now. It's the Tar Heel blue all day, babe. But I got you. But I usually, always gone either Mason Graham. That's when Mason Graham was falling to us. But in most of these drafts I've done lately, Mason Graham has not fallen past the Jaguars. He's usually the fifth or maybe seventh to the Jets. Maybe seventh to the Jets a couple times. Okay, let me see. QJ, what's going on? He said, "What's good, CJ? Would you give a third rounder for Metcalf? I would in a heartbeat. If we get Milton Williams, Javon Holland, I'm a moonwalk on Mint Street. If they would take a third rounder for DK Metcalf, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I would not be mad at that at all. Let me see. We have, we have one third round pick. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. Now, if for some way, now like I said, Debo went for a fifth to the Commodore. Okay, just say if you up that one and we give one of these fourth rounders for DK Metcalf, I wouldn't even be mad at that at all either. So we'll see. Native said Mason Graham really didn't play against any tough defense like SEC to see how he could handle the offensive line. Well, you know what? Hold on, let's go back to Mason Graham. I know this mock draft is taking long here, but y'all give me some good questions here, so I appreciate y'all and just bear with me. Let me see what he did. Let me see. He had a good game versus Texas. Yeah, Oregon, Indiana, hell of a game versus Ohio State. Him and Kenneth Grant had a hell of a game against Ohio State. But I got you, Nader. I got you. All right. Paul says all fans have to remember that with a weak QB class, not a deep wide receiver class or playmaker, is at the I don't know what that said. There's very little chance of trading down for what team is moving up and get a good player. Okay, I got you. Shane said Mason not a two gap guy though, right? You know what? I ain't gonna lie. If Tony was here, I promise you he can answer that question a lot better than I could. I don't know. I'll get back with you on that one. Plus, as I predicted, Tyler Lockett, Christian Kirk, Devontae Adams, all free agents. Devontae Adams has another massive cap hit, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. Paul says Big Ten has very good offensive line. Penn State, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Iowa, Oregon, etc. Okay, cool. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. All right. So let's get back to the pick here. Let me see. So, like I said, I've been going cornerback on a lot of these drafts. I am going to. I'm gonna take a chance here, and I'm gonna go Mike Green, the edge from Marshall. All right. And again, we are down here now at number 58. And okay, Shamar Turner. Yeah. Now I've heard a lot about Shamar Turner. To be honest with you, I think Turner needs to go to a team where, and I read this earlier, say like a Pittsburgh or a San Francisco, where they have some top talent at the edge rusher position, and he can sit back and he can learn. If he's coming to Carolina, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get rushed on the field. I think we need somebody, more polished, far more polished than what he is. Now, mind you, we all look at the sacks, and he had 2 sacks last year. But even his counterpart, Nick, I forgot his last name, SC something. He only had 5 as well. But there are a lot of people that are high, on Shamar Turner. Me at the moment, not so much, not so much. If the Carolina's defense was in a different situation, then maybe. But the way that we are right now, yeah. So that's gonna be a big no on Shamar Turner for me. Let me see. QJ says, should we go after Cooper Kupp? You know what? It just depends. It just depends whether or not the Panthers can get these guys in and get them a contract that if they could do it and make it happen, I would be all for it. But like we all know, we have too many holes on this defense. We can't risk taking too much cap space away from being able to address what we have to address on the defense. Okay. And I know everybody is hollering, for a number one wide receiver. I would go so far as to say that if the Panthers could find, somebody in free agency in the draft, maybe I know y'all gonna get me when I say this, but I'm not necessarily saying that, we just rock with last year's wide receiver core and we'll be good, you know. But like I said, defensively, it's too much going on in the defense. So I don't know. I don't know what kind of a contract Cooper Cup will be looking for. But yeah, I would love to, but I don't think the Panthers will. But I could be wrong. Paul said Devontae Adams. Um, let me see. Casper is hot. Is with the Jets, not whichever team signs him. Oh, cap space hit. Oh, got you. Well, you know what? While we got it up here, like I said, I know this draft is taking so long. Let's see, Devontae Adams. Oh no, looks like he only signed a. Oh, so he's a free agent. Free agent. Okay. Hmm. All right. Cool. Well, we'll look at that later. Miss Ungy Dory said no CJ Green, just a sophomore, played against weak schools. I got you. Like I said, I'm trying something different on this one. Said D Adams cap hit doesn't follow his new team. That's on the Jets. Okay, got you. I was asking that question earlier. About DK Metcalf as well too. If we traded for DK Metcalf, would we? Because his cap hit. He's asked for a trade. His cap hit is $31 million this season. I don't know if the Panthers can trade for him and then renegotiate his contract. Or will the Panthers be on the hit for that $31 million that he has on his contract now? So we'll see. Mr. Hunky Dory definitely did not like my pick. Collins, I got you, Alfred Collins. Mr. Hunky Dory said he is a good choice. Canals will request for Tyler Lockett from Seattle due to their relationship. I can see that. Boss said when you're a free agent, whatever your new deal is, and nothing to do with. Yeah. Now I got you when you're free agent. If like I said, if we like I say DK, if we traded for DK and got his contract, I don't know if we would have to pay that exact amount that year that he's owed, or could we rework his contract? So we'll see. Nader said, let's get Darius Slayton. We can afford him. He doesn't cost much. Like I said earlier, there has been a lot of talk about the Panthers linked to him already. Okay, just for that simple reason. We can afford him, and a lot of people view him as a decent wide receiver. And then on the other hand, I've seen a lot of people saying this feels like DJ Chark 2.0. So we'll see. All right. But let's get back to the draft. Okay. So the first pick we got to Mr. Hunky Dory's joy. We took Mike Green, edge from Marshall. Clay, what's going on, man? How you doing? Clay with the Rockstar Report. Appreciate you joining me, big dog. How you doing? Right. Let's get back to the draft here. Okay, like I said, Shamar Turner, that's gonna be a no for me. I'm going to look at the edge rushers again here too. Jack Sawyer, yeah. Jared Ivey, Kyle Kennard, Josiah Stewart. Okay, let me go back to look at the interior defensive linemen. Alfred Collins, Omar Norman Lott, Jordan Phillips. And seeing this is, if I don't go defensive interior here, look at Jordan Phillips, maybe Deion Walker. Again, if Tony was here, Tony would boo Deion Walker. And CJ West is another good option as well. All right. Now let me go back here, and I want to look at the cornerback. Darian Porter, cornerback from Iowa State. Look good at the combine. Look pretty decent at the combine. You got Benjamin Morris, Dorian Strong, Jacob Parrish, Kobe Bryant, Mello Dotson. Okay. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Big Alfred Collins from Texas here. Right. Earl, what's going on? How you doing, sir? Sunky Dory says Slate would be wise choice for us. Yes, as far as the cap space go, very wise, very wise. Landon Jackson from Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken, he is already gone. Let's see here. Yeah, somebody got him. I'm scrolling too fast and I can't see it, but yeah, he's gone. Okay. See, Earl's talking to Clay. Let me see. Raven 76 B More. Salute, passing through and dropping like on the video. Peace out. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you. And Sunky Dory said, evening, Clay. Those fires pretty nasty by your home. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. Clay said, yeah, it seems to be all good now. Okay, got you. Shoot, my family is right up Highway 17 from you, Clay, near Charlotte and Southport area in North Carolina. So my sister was talking about that too. You know, she was kind of worried they were creeping up that way, but if you good down there, I'm hoping that they're gonna be good up there as well. But yeah, crazy. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. I thought I didn't think that was what it was at first. I saw somebody mention wildfires in Myrtle Beach, and my first thought was like, nah. But yeah, shows you how much I know. Okay, so now we are. So we got Mike Green, we got Alfred Collins. Okay. Let me see. Edge rushers, we got Jordan Birch, Elijah Roberts. Let me go back and see what we're looking like at cornerback spot. I can wait to get some of those. Okay. You know what? We also do need a tight end. And Mason Taylor had a damn good combine. So where are you at? Is it Dom 34? I know you wanted Tyler Warren. But Mason Taylor is an option here as well. Let me see. Okay, got you, Clay. I got you. Cheshire Cat said the New York Jets just saved $29 million dollars in cap space by cutting Devontae Adams. I don't think the Carolina Panthers get him because he takes up too much cap space. Paul was just talking about that earlier, about that wouldn't be on the Panthers, that would be on the Jets. Free agency, Eagles have cornerbacks Isaiah Rogers, Darius Slay, and James Bradbury, all as free agents. What do y'all think about Bradbury coming back to Carolina? And Darius Slay. Let me see. Now Darius Slay got that. He got his Super Bowl. I don't know if he's nearing the end of his career or not, but I think a lot of us are trying to think how old Darius Slay. I gotta look it up, but we'll see. I'm sure it's an option. And as always, every time somebody is released or every time somebody requests a trade, Twitter goes crazy and says, "Oh, Panther, keep pounding." And I'm just like, yeah, nah, we can't sign everybody that gets cut or requests a trade, but we'll see. All right. Let me see. Okay, let me go back. All right, let me go back and what's I need to pick at? Again, once you know what, I'm going to take another edge rusher here. I'm going to get Elijah Roberts out of SMU. Big kid, can really move. We saw him down at the Shrine Bowl. Me and Doug did. So he's a player to actually look out for. Doug loves Elijah Roberts. I think he drafts him damn near every draft that he has. All right. So right now we have 2 edge rushers and a defensive tackle. Okay. Let's see. Girl, like I said, yes, it was smoky here around Rockingham last Friday. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Let's see. James Bradbury getting up in age now. Yeah. Yeah. He said Will Howard should be at 308. You crazy. Get that man some slack, Mr. Hunky Dory. Get that man some slack. Let me see. Paul says Slade will likely go back to the Detroit Lions, where his NFL career started and where they have the need and poised for a Super Bowl run in 2025. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Okay, so I said we have 2 edge rushers and a defensive tackle. And now, one spot that I knew, look at the safety position. Jonas Sanker from Virginia, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the name. Like I said, um, I did not watch a lot of the combine. Y'all missed what I said earlier. Rough week last week. Did a lot of work, was tired, and yeah, I can't come on here and tell you. You know, I know some people that did good at the combine, but I can't sit here and give you a deep breakdown of everybody who was there. You know, as far as the winners and losers. But I do remember hearing about Jonas Sanker having a good combine as well. All right. Oh, Billy Bowman. Billy Bowman. Now I know I saw Billy Bowman out there doing the damn thing in the safety drills and stuff too. I did catch that. So Billy Bowman is a good option right here as well. Okay. So we got pick 110, pick 113, pick 141. All right, so let's go back. We'll go back to cornerback. We're gonna swing back to safety here in a second. Now Kobe Bryant was another name. Now he had it. Let me see. He has good practices at the Senior Bowl. Him and his teammate Melo Dotson. All right. Let's see what we got. Also, you know, let me go back. See what we got at wide receiver: Torrey Horton, Pat Bryant, Kobe Hudson, Kyle Williams, Isaiah Tesla. I hope I'm saying that right. Nick Nash. All right, let's go back to tight end as well. Gunnar Helm, Mitchell Evans, Benjamin Yorsick, Jake Brenningstool, Jackson Hawes. Okay. Take a look. Running backs: Jaden Blue, Shar Smith. Okay. Y'all forgive me. I'm just looking here. Linebacker. Okay. Now that might let me see. Let me get back to gotcha. 910 Bowman. Paul said dead cap hits don't follow to a new team when players get cut, traded. Fans confuse the player salary cap and cap hit, which are two different things. Gotcha. Billy Bowman's sounds like a name worth eating both ankles. I got you, Miss Hunky Doran. I got you. Okay. Um, let me see. 2 edges, defensive tackle. God, it's crazy because this mock draft has changed so much. Because a lot of these players I've been looking at and getting they're not here anymore. Let me see. All right, you know what? I said I was gonna come back to safety spot, cornerback, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Kobe Bryant. Right. So we pick again. Oh, there you go, Miss Unky Door. There go your boy, Will Howard. There go your boy, Will Howard. Let me see. Okay. So, all right, Jonas Sanker, and they're still there. Hmm. All right, we'll go safety right here. And Paul did, I think I did see a comment. Paul was saying, go best player available in this 4th and 5th rounds, not by position. Okay, I got you. I got you. Well, we already got 2 edge rushers, so I'm gonna leave them not getting Will Howard. So I'm gonna go Jonas here. Okay. Let me see. Billy Bowman would still been there. Okay. Cool. Tight end. Miss Under said not seeing the draft, but he has a southern name. Plus, a free agent has very good safeties. Bynum, Reed, Thornhill, Jay Holland, T. Moore, etc. I got you, Paul. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Let me see. What do we have? Tackle. Here, offensive line. Okay. I got Jake Major center down there. All right. Cool bean. All right. So where are we? We are in the 5th round. Let's look at running backs here. Trevor Etienne, he had a good draft from what I heard as well too. Not draft, combine. I'm sorry, y'all. He had a good combine. Let me see. And I know I'm all over the place with this, y'all. I do apologize. I know I'm all over here. But yeah, a lot of the people that I was expecting to be in some of these spots, this thing has updated and they are not here whatsoever. Okay. All right, linebacker. I know linebacker might be a spot that we can look at. Let me see. Let's go with Kobe King here from Penn State. All right, Quinn Ewers. We are not taking Quinn Ewers. So we got safety, cornerback, 2 edge rushers. Let's look at tight end. Mitchell Evans from Notre Dame. Got Jake Brennan-Stew. Ooh, Jackson Hawes. He was another one that was at the combine that I saw a little bit on him. Let me see. Looking back, cornerback. Denzel Burke from Ohio State. We got O'Donnell Fortune, Quincy Riley, Elijah Huzzy. Okay. And I do apologize. This is literally how I'll be sitting here doing my drafts. Oh goodness. Let me see. I like to see 3 defensive line, 1 safety, cornerback, center, tight end, wide receiver, offensive line. Israel, I got you. Miss Unky Dory said, Paul, you need to be on the podcast, Brant Tiller's role. You know what? I had planned on having it set up where I could get y'all to join me, but that didn't quite work out in time for this one. I'll work on that and we'll see if I can have that working in the future on this one. I mean, I can go back to my other platform and do it as well, but we'll see. We need to get you some light background jazz music. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you. All right. Let me see. All right, let's go running backs. There's a lot of these cats I haven't really heard of, and I did see that if B. Tootin Falls grab running back from Virginia Tech. Okay, Miss Hunky Door. All right, I know PFF is gonna get me for this. Go ahead and get him. Let me see. Wide receiver. Now, Nick Nash is a name that I did take in a couple other drafts, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick him here as well. It's a good idea now. Or some blues after the draft. Y'all gonna leave me alone. Paul said there's the inside linebacker from Oklahoma who looks like an old school linebacker who I like. Can't recall his name. Another linebacker from UCLA looks good. Okay. All right. Round 7. And there's another name right here. Malachi Moore, the safety out of Alabama. Yeah. Taking him in a lot of drafts. Well, not a lot, but a few drafts as well. Did not think he was still going to be falling down quite this far. Okay. Let me see. So to recap, he took Mike Green from Marshall, Alfred Collins from Texas, Elijah Roberts, the edge from SMU, cornerback Kobe Bryant from Kansas, safety Jonas Sanker from Virginia, linebacker Kobe King from Penn State, Bashir Tootin, the halfback from Virginia, and Nick Nash, wide receiver from Ohio, from San Jose State. I almost said Ohio State, my bad. Let me see. No, I'm not gonna go tight end here. Special team. You know what? I'm gonna round this out with if he's still watching, I know Nakari will love this pick here. The kicker out of Miami. All right. So let me see. Ooh, they gave me an F for that one. Okay. Yeah, I knew they were gonna hit me on the head for that because I took him a little high as far as the rankings go. They gave me overall B plus. Okay. All right. Cool beans. I'll take that. All right. Yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and that's my my mock draft 3.0. And like the Mister said, maybe I'll have some some background music for y'all next time. I know I was taking my time on here, and I apologize. I apologize a lot for that. All right, but yeah, but again, we took a look at the Panthers roster today, pre-free agency. Brant Tillis made a comment about how he would like to have this Panthers roster, together to theoretically be able to play a game the day before the NFL draft. So we just took a look at the position by position as far as some of the major, holes that we have right now. As far as the starters go, we looked at the center position. We currently don't have a center on the roster besides Andrew Ram, who's on a future reserve deal. We have one safety, Damani Richardson, one tight end, and that is Jatavian Sanders. We have, like I said, I point out we have three nose tackles, three defensive tackles, but I would say that is definitely a position that they should go do something with in free agency as well. So safety, center, tight end, safety, center, tight end, and deep nose tackle. Okay. Other than that, I think we look, okay, decent. Now, you could also look at the cornerback slot as well, because right now we have J.C. Horn, who we're still waiting for the notification, hopefully, that says that they have worked on his contract and gave him a new deal. We also have Shao Smith Wade as well, and I want to say that might be the only cornerbacks that we do have. Mike Jackson is still currently, I guess he's going to test the free agent market. They haven't said anything about him, so we'll see what's going on. All right. Let me see. Get a few of these comments before I get out of here. The Power of Shankar, 2003 song by Snap, 1990. I got you. Okay. Paul said they're a nice wide receiver from Iowa State in those mid rounds who looks good too. Gotcha. It says, sorry, CJ, I meant for you to draft B Tootin after the draft position you own. It's all good. It's all good, Miss Hunky Dora. Said he lit the combine up. Okay, gotcha. Cobra, Panthers fans, I didn't know any existed. Hey, we here, dog. We here year after year. Yeah, so we're here, Cobra. We on antidepressants, but we are here. He says, wow. Oh my goodness. Hey, gotcha, Antonio. Gotcha. Cobra says, question: are you guys worried about that coaching staff the Saints are putting together? I'm not even going to lie. It's other than the head coach. I forgot getting his damn name. A man from Dallas. I don't know exactly who else they've put together as of yet. I'd have to go look into that. But as far as I go, you can't just shove it to the side and be like, we ain't worried about it. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Goodness, what is their new coach's name? It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't. Kellen Moore. Thank you, Kellen Moore. Paul said, I believe Horn signs a 4-year, $96 million deal with $60 million guarantees. Is my prediction. Shane said that dude is a goofball. Kellen Moore is Saints head coach. We'll see. We'll see. I hope it turns out to be a situation where we don't really have to worry about it too much. But I'm not going to sit here and say that, we just ain't worried about him at all. But we'll see. We'll see. But all right. Well, like I said, y'all, not going to hold y'all up too long tonight. I appreciate everybody stopping through. Again, like I said, just want to take a look at the Panthers roster, pre-free agency, a mock draft. I apologize. The mock draft took so long. Reading comments and then doing my own brand of thinking here. I'm just slow. So, but thank you all for sitting through that. I greatly appreciate you. I may go live again on Friday. Like I said, I will be I have something to do this weekend, so I'm not going live on Saturday or Sunday. I would love to try and go live on Monday, when the legal tampering period starts. Again, I would love to go live on Wednesday as well. I may go live next Thursday, a day after the new league year starts. Hopefully we'll have something, exciting to talk about as far as the Panthers go and some signings and we'll see what's what with everybody. And yeah, like I said, might go live again Friday. Maybe we'll talk about some free agents that the Panthers could target. But if I don't, I will definitely see y'all next week when the new year pops off and everything gets to going. Okay. But again, if you haven't already, you've made it all the way through. I appreciate you. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, you can catch me on all social media at Armchair GMCJ. That is YouTube, X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Okay. I appreciate all the love and support. And as always, Panther Nation, I'm gonna leave y'all with three things. And it's crazy because this is kind of the reason why I messed around with the new software, because the last time I did this, the ending went haywire. I mean, like absolutely haywire. The screen froze. The thing was telling me it was allocating resources. And then I sat there for a few minutes. Then I popped back up on the screen and I'm sitting there looking like, man, but everything seems to be working good tonight. But all right, but hey, as always, I'm gonna leave y'all with three things. Number one, y'all be good. Number two, y'all be safe. And number three, as always, Panther Nation, keep pounding, man. I'll see you.